Ugh, hold on, you guys. I can barely see. It's the sun. But I am listening to a song. I'm not just. Good morning, you guys. Uh, so hopefully, let me get my music out my ear real quick. Pause it. I hope everybody is staying blessed today. Having a blessed day. Woke up feeling blessed, even though you might be going through something. Whatever it is, I hope you guys remember to remain blessed. Because we woke up today, right? If you're watching this, you woke up today. You are blessed. Yesterday was pretty interesting. It's a pretty good day. I took the kids to go swimming across the street, and they were having a church sermon across the street at the lake. And my kid's father was there, and we had an interesting time. A lot of the things that the pastor was saying, and when he was praying upon us, it was surprising that he even knew half that stuff. I'm like, how does he know all this? But you know what? Like, if you're not if he wasn't a believer then, you definitely was a believer yesterday after the things he was saying to people that he doesn't even know, and they were so correct about their lives. I was like, what the hell? Like, there's no way he would know half of that stuff that some people are struggling with or whatever. There was no way he would know. So that was pretty interesting. It's already hot. I really don't feel like walking. I'm being lazy today. But I put it down and down. I really don't. Let me see. I might as well, though. I'm like already more than halfway there, but I am hot. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to sit right here in the shade until the bus comes. Woo! Hi! I was going to walk, but I don't feel like walking. It's too hot. So I'm going to sit here and wait for the bus while I talk to you guys. Hi, Edward. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Anyways, so I wanted to talk about... Oh, I'm doing okay, Edward. I'm a little hot right now. I was walking to class, but it's too hot. Like, the sun is like beaming on me. Anyways, welcome. Good morning to anybody watching. I hope you guys are having a blessed day today. Whatever it is you're dealing with in life, I hope that you still remember that you are blessed. If you are watching this, you are blessed because you are able to even watch this right now. So with that being said, I really wanted to talk about... I'm going to go in here where there's shade. It stinks, but it's shade. I really wanted to talk about just raising black children in America, or minority children that are not white in America, and how I'm trying to think of the right word, how much anxiety just being a parent raising a child that is not white in America can cause you. Like, I have a son, especially if you have a boy, with everything going on in the world right now. It's very hard being a mother of a boy, a black boy at that, who's now going from a little boy to a teenager, and who will soon be a man. I don't know who's yelling. I don't know if somebody's yelling at me or what. The anxiety that comes with that daily is very tough. Like, it's very, very tough. Like even just sending my son across the street to the basketball court. And I'm not just talking about police, but I'm talking about in general, just raising a young male, specifically black man or minority man, if you're not white man. And America is scary, man. Every day it's like you gotta prepare yourself for the worst, and it shouldn't be that way. Like, I send my son to the basketball court, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I just hope he don't get into conflict with nobody, because you get into conflict nowadays, you don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody fights. You know, my son's the type of kid, he believes he will fight. But I'm just like, you can't fight anymore, because nowadays people don't fight. You know, they don't fight. They stab and they shoot, or they will fight, lose the fight, and come back and shoot and stab. Like, we don't got time for that. So it's really scary. Then just having a black son in a country where you're looked at as less than, and because you are a black man, am I sweating? Ugh. You're looked at as an even bigger threat, because you're bigger, you're stronger, you're faster, you're whatever. You're either entertainment or a huge threat, or both. So that's really scary, being a mom. And it's one of my newest fears. Before, when he was little, I didn't really, that really didn't even scare me. Because he was little. Now that he's older, and he's at that age where you got to start giving them time to go out and do their own thing, you know, freedom. You can't keep them restricted. You can't keep them on a leash. So it's like the scariest thing in the world, because you just know nowadays. You never freaking know. You never know. A crooked police officer one day might just happen to drive by my son, you know, and because he's black, he's suspicious. And because he's suspicious, he's dangerous, because he's black. Like, and then I might not have a son the next day. That shit scares the shit out of me. And that's me, my only son too. I swear, like, it's to the point where, I don't know if you guys seen, but I even have a video on YouTube called "Police Shot My Son." And it was a dream that I had. It was a very vivid dream that I had about. And my son, literally, the police had called him over and was like, oh, we just want to check him for something. In the dream, and they ended up shooting him in my face, right in the head. So, I'm just like, you know, it's really sad that, especially now in 2019, that has to be a worry of mine. You know, it has to be a worry of mine that one day I might not have my son due to some crooked ass police, or anything. Just people, you know, kids, you know, the kids that have raised themselves in urban communities, and they end up doing bad things, or always fighting or stabbing, shooting, joining gang members, whatever. I mean, gangs. You gotta worry about that too. Like in my community, we don't have every young man growing up is attached to some kind of gang, because regardless of what side of the neighborhood you grew up on or whatever, you have to represent that neighborhood. And it's just like, that scares me. I don't want my son to be, I already teach him that shit's not cool. Like, it's not cool, gangs ain't cool, drugs aren't cool, selling drugs aren't cool. Like, but when you go to school and you're in like you have friends and stuff, and they're all involved in that, sometimes peer pressure kicks in. And so that's definitely a fear of mine. I'm gonna sit here, it's too hot. Definitely a fear of mine, raising a black male in this country and in this city and in general. Like, it's scary to know you can one day have even daughters. But you know what, I feel like our black daughters are the less protected, but our black sons are the most feared. And to be feared is not a good thing. To be feared, people kill what they're afraid of, or people kill what they don't understand. And yeah, being a mother of a black son, raising him here in this country is terrifying. It really does. I'm sure this place is safe because everyone here is nice people. No, this place is not safe. This country's not safe. This place ain't safe. This country's not safe. This country don't like us. They might act like they like us because being a black person, you're naturally more talented. You're naturally a lot faster and stronger. Hence why all of us, our young black people, are going missing because they want our organs, because naturally our organs are a lot stronger. It's not safer. This country gives the illusion of being safe, but it's not. It's still the same BS everywhere else, but they do a really good job at giving you the illusion that you are safe, that you are equal, that you are free. We're not. We're not. Look at all these. Okay. I was watching a video yesterday. It was a poetry. I'll probably share it later and talk more about that later. But it's true. You got these white men walking into schools, shooting up schools, and they come out alive. Walking into movie theaters and Walmart and everything like that, and they coming out alive. But let this little black boy walk down the street with Skittles in Arizona and he's shot dead because it looked like a gun. Like, seriously, minding his business, walking home. You got somebody standing on the corner in New York selling Lucy's and get shot dead because he's black. Like, but why can a white man go into a movie theater, it's looking crazy as hell, shoot everybody up, go into schools and stuff like that, and come out in handcuffs? I don't understand. So don't believe the illusion that we are safe, we are equal, we are free, we are whatever. We're not. So like I was saying, having a black son, a son that's now 12, causes me a lot of anxiety. Anxiety that I shouldn't necessarily have to feel, because I should just be able to raise my kids. I shouldn't have to worry about sending my son to school. Let's say he go to school and misbehave, and you got a crooked police officer pop up and poof, now my son's shot because he was aggressive, or they thought he was gonna grab their gun. I don't got time for that. It's really scary. It scares the shit out of me to get on a bus and get shot. But yeah, definitely, it scares the shit out of me being a mom, especially knowing my son, he's stubborn. He's like me when I was younger. That scares me, like, to the max. So no, all that freedom and equal and this, that, and the third. Look at our country putting little kids in cages right now because they're not American. They're from Mexico. Like, you can't be. That's cruel. Oh my God. That is beyond cruel. Hold on, I'm dropping everything. Hold on, y'all. There's my other pocket. Hold on, I got it. Let me put y'all down for a second. Couldn't find my card. I had it in a different pocket, and this thing you have on has like mad pockets, so I had to find it. Anyways, like, it's bad that while everyone was buying the school supplies in Walmart and Costco, no reason why we are not watching, because people didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. But look at the guy who shot all those people in Texas is alive, isn't he? Or what? I don't remember how it ended, but I'm pretty sure he was alive. They arrested him and he's alive. The same like the guy who killed all those kids in the school out in Connecticut. I can't remember where it was, somewhere in Connecticut. Like, come on now, these people are being arrested alive. But if you're black and you're doing something suspicious, or standing there with cigarettes or a cell phone or a wallet, or even you have a license to carry. Like the guy who had a license to carry told the police when he was pulled over that he has a gun on him, but he has a license to carry, and he still got shot. Like, come on now. Like, I think if anything, black people are feared, but we're feared because people know, or just minorities in general. People know our bloodline. People know where we come from. People know we're the natural people of this earth, and that's scary because it's scary to some people, because that means that you can go extinct. Not us, them. That means they can go. If you're not natural of this earth, that means that you can easily go extinct right along. Like, think about it. Being a black woman, I can create any child of any color with another black man. I still can have a white colored baby. Like, the complexion of my child can still come out white, even if I mate with another black man. So white people are the only people on this earth that cannot create they cannot create a baby of every color. Only black people can do that. Only black people. Every race on this planet is connected to black people, and white people are genetically modified black people. And I'm not saying that to be racist, but if I find a resource where I got that from, there was a scientist, and he was a white guy, talking about how the only thing that white people are lacking are the melanin, and they're basically black people without melanin or a lack of melanin, because they're genetically modified. Now, I'm not racist. I like white people. I have white people that are friends. I'm just speaking what I believe is to be true. And you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. But yeah, just raising a son here in this country, or in general in any country, because this country has brainwashed other countries too, as into thinking that if you go to China or something, they all, whatever they see on TV about black people is what they believe to be true. TV doesn't do nothing but program the minds of people. TV programming, that's what it's called. Television programming. That tells you right to your face. So if you're in another country and all you see is all these different things, all these negative things about black people on TV, and all these stereotypes being played out on TV constantly, you're going to believe, okay, this is how black people are. So you're not going to have respect. You're going to feel some type of way. So America does a really good job with brainwashing people into thinking that black people are a threat all over the world, not just here, but all over the world. That black people are a threat, but black people are strong and good and fast and good at sports. And all we're good for is entertainment, basically. It's pretty much like having a dog. And black people in America are like dogs to humans and their pets. Except they don't love us like humans love their pets. It's more like a pet that you keep in the cage and only take out so that you can be entertained. And when you no longer want to be entertained, you put the pet back in the cage. Or a pit bull that you train to protect you, but cannot be around people because it's dangerous. And that's how they kind of make us black people out to look. Hence why people fear us and fear our sons. I swear. Have a good day. But people fear us automatically. People fear us. They fear our sons, and I don't think that shit's fair, and that scares the shit out of me because I got a son who's turning into a man. And in this world, you just gotta. It's sad that sometimes I have to like swallow and be like, you know what? It's a possibility that one day all this shit I'm seeing about other people's sons being killed for no good reason just because they was black could be my son. And it's like you can't protect. You cannot protect. And I'm not trying to speak anything into existence. So let me, but you cannot protect your I'm trying to cross the street. In this world, you cannot you can't be there 24/7 to protect your kids. And that scares the shit out of me too. You really can't. People are evil. Police are evil. You got to think about it too. Back in the police force was not. What time is it? Okay, the police force was not created. Let me go in here to cancel out some of the noise. But the police was not created to protect all the people. The police were created to protect the white people. Majority of the police are, police, they're families, it's a lot of families, and it goes way back to the KKK when it was okay to be KKK openly and be like, goes all the way back to that. A lot of them, what they did was ended up going right into the police force. And then they have kids, and their kids follow behind their parents' footsteps, and then they have kids, and their kids follow behind their parents' footsteps. So you gotta think, like, who really is in the, like, besides the uniform that they wear, who are the police? Like, who are, not all of them, but majority of them, who are they? They are the KKK. They have generations and generations and generations of the KKK in the police force. So, yeah. It smells good in here. It's scary. It's scary. I'm not saying all, because I know. But the thing is, the police force is a union. The police is a union. So if you have, let's just say, the head of the police is a KKK secretly, all the police have to go by what the hell they're being told to do. They all have the same regulations. They all have this. That's why people are like, oh, if the good police, how come, not all police are bad? Or there's good police and blah, blah, blah. But the good police can't do anything about anything, because if they do, they either get fired, and if they don't get fired, they get in trouble for speaking up against the bad police, or they don't say anything because they're trying to, I gotta live, I gotta work, I can't afford to not to get caught up in that mess. Or they might be, you don't know, they could get targeted. They might be targeted by the bad police. You just never know. So if you're a police officer in general, I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but I don't think police is. If you were a police officer and there's bad police, y'all all bad. It's just that simple. I don't care if, you really care about the community, blah, blah, blah. Y'all all bad, because nobody's fixing the problem with the bad police. They just letting police go out here, kill people, and nothing's happening to these people. Nothing at all. So whatever. Good morning, welcome anybody who just joined, like my 4 beautiful friend, God bless. Oh, thank you, Dan. Good morning, Dan. I hope you're enjoying your day. I'm about to walk into class, but definitely I wanted to talk. Room is building up and he's going into puberty, and sometimes it just scares me. I'm like, man, between the kids in the neighborhood and thinking that gangs is cool and stuff like that, and between the police and people just so quick to fight nowadays. I don't know if something in the food or what, but people are so quick to fight nowadays. Raising a son, especially a black son, is scary. Like, I was praying for you just in case you travel safely. God bless you. Thank you, Edward. I really appreciate that. So I am going to go into class now, because it's just about 9 o'clock. Class starts at 9. But Dan and Edward, make sure you guys check each other out, support each other as well. I'm going to go into class. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you, Edward, for sticking with me. Thank you, Dan. Bye, you guys.